Morning. Hello, Insta and Facebook family. How's everyone doing? It is a beautiful day here in New York. Yesterday was cold and wet and yucky, and today it's sunny and it's already warm. So I am here on my sun porch. It's a little bit of a glare in the background, but figured we'd hang out here. It's so nice out. So where's everyone coming from? I'd love to hear where you guys are today. What's going on in your neck of the woods? Say hello. I got lots of stuff for you guys today. Today we're going to be talking about integrity and ethics, and this is like one of my, I know I say I got a lot of favorite topics. This really is one of my favorite topics. So I'm going to wait like a minute or two. It's 9:29 and I like being on time. And that's actually a part of running your business with integrity, right? When you say you're going to be somewhere at a certain time, you make sure that you're there at a certain time and you don't keep people waiting. Sometimes there are accidents that happen, right? Where like technology doesn't work, or there's miscommunications, but do your best to always be on time and not keep people waiting, especially in your business. It's really important, guys. It's really a way to wow people. I used to actually have a client who would say, and I always agreed with her, like if you're not like 3 minutes early, you're late. Or if you're on time, you're late. We always would end up like getting on Zoom or Skype at the same exact time. And it was always like 3 or 5 minutes before our session. So if you're there, please say hello. I'd love to see who's watching today. Last time I was so bummed because none of the Facebook comments went through. I couldn't see any of them. So I'm going to see if there's like a different way for me to see them. I could see the Instagram ones, but the Facebook ones did not come through until after. So I was really disappointed because I couldn't like have that conversation with you guys during that. So I don't know if you heard, I'm officially back on coffee, which is huge because I didn't have coffee for like almost 4 months since I've been pregnant. And yeah, I'm officially 16 weeks now. I can't believe how quickly this one's going. And I just want to say, like, I'm so grateful. I was very fearful to get pregnant again because of the experience I had the first time. I had terrible morning sickness. I really was just like stuck in bed all the time. But this one, like I was sick for the first, probably 2 months or so, but it wasn't as bad as it was before. And I've just been so fortunate that the last couple of months of this pregnancy have been really good. And I have my energy. It's crazy because it doesn't feel like I'm pregnant. But I am. I had my checkup this week and everything's good. We find out if we're having a girl or boy on June 8th. So I'll be sharing that with you guys after. We can't wait to figure it out. With Annabelle, I knew the second that I peed on the stick, I knew it was going to be a girl. With this one, I have no idea. No idea. I can't tell you guys what it's going to be. I really have no clue. So, all right, it's 9:30. I'm going to hit the record button because I like to record these on Zoom if I'm organized enough and can get all the different platforms together, because then it's just really easy to pop onto YouTube. So hello and welcome, everyone. So excited to talk to you guys today about ethics and integrity in your business. If you guys haven't grabbed the blog post yet, make sure that you take a peek at the link, take some time, read it over. This is something that, it might feel really intimidating for people. I tend to forget, like, it's something that's natural for me because I'm trained as a therapist and something they drilled in us in grad school, right? Something that actually really held me back in this business in the beginning because of the fear that they drilled in us. So I just want to say to you guys, ethics, integrity, it doesn't have to be intimidating. It doesn't have to feel scary. All it means is that you are doing things that are aligned with you. You are doing the right thing in your business based off of your values and your beliefs. You're treating people with respect. It's really like a basic, this should be like the basic level for people of like everyone should have sort of a baseline of this, but not everyone does, and not everyone is trained in it. So for some people it's hard. They just don't know what to do. So that's why I like to go through this like once a year with you guys, because I think it's really important. And I just broke it down to make it really simple. And here I have for you guys just a little definition. Ethics are just moral principles. Yeah, Dr. Courtney. Hi, Courtney. How are you? She said it should be innate. It should, but unfortunately for not everyone it is. And I'm guessing, I'm guessing with your degree, this is probably something that you were trained in. A lot of health professionals were taught, ethics, were taught integrity, but a lot of the other, different careers and stuff, it's not something that's really talked about. So ethics are just those moral principles of right and wrong. Like, what do you feel is right and wrong? And integrity is what you do when no one else is looking. And I just always thought, again, that this was something innate, that this is something that everyone sort of had until, hi, Chandra, good morning. Great to see you. Great to see you. Chandra definitely has some good ethics and integrity. I know her. I thought this was just something that everyone sort of had until probably about 6 years ago. I was at a job and my supervisor said, like, you have the highest integrity of a worker that I've ever had under me. I just want to let you know that I really trust you, and like what you do when no one else is looking, it really impresses me. So keep it up. And because it's easy, I think the reason why he also said that was because in the work that I was doing, there were a lot of people like blurring lines and like there were a lot of ways that people were crossing lines that shouldn't be crossed. Maybe like to benefit the client, or like in some ways it was like not a bad thing. It was because they were trying to maybe stretch the truth to get a client into like housing or something. This is when I was a social worker. But I always just found a way to tell the truth, and to just believe that when I tell the truth that the right thing's going to happen, the best thing's going to happen. So in this little article, this little blog post I put together, I'm going to go through a couple questions with you guys real quick. And I want you guys to just ask yourself this, like maybe it's every couple weeks, every quarter, but is what I'm saying and doing aligned with who I really am? All right. Is what you're saying and doing and what you're talking about in business really aligned with who you are? So who you show up as online, are you that same person behind the screen? Right? I think it's very important. Or whatever type of business you have. Maybe it's not online, but maybe it's like a face-to-face type of business. But I think it's important that you just really try to be true, and you try to be your best behind the screen, behind closed doors, because you hear that kind of stuff all the time where people are really nice and sweet, and then they treat others who they think are less than them, and like they're not so nice, they're not respectful. So I think it's important that you just try to be the same everywhere, and you treat everyone with respect. Yes, and Dr. Courtney said people are scared of crucial conversations. Exactly. And I think also that brings up a good point, that I think that sometimes when people lack confidence, it's very easy to do things that are not in integrity, because you might be afraid of like what other people might think of you. So you might cross some lines, cross some boundaries, or you just don't speak up, right? Because that's wrong too. When you see something that's not right, that's going on, that's unacceptable, that's unethical, and you don't say anything, that's actually wrong. So like I know that's not easy. I had to actually report a doctor once when I worked in a hospital because the way that she treated another client, the way that she was talking to and just like berating him, and it was terrible to see. And I think she actually ended up getting suspended or fired or whatever because no one was speaking up and no one was saying anything, but I couldn't allow it to happen anymore. So I reported it, and yeah, something was done because they found out that it was happening over and over again. And she was as sweet as could be with us. But when I heard that conversation behind closed doors and the way she was treating that client, like it was terrible. It was really, really sad. So you have to just really, be confident in yourself and be comfortable. Just being the same on both sides. And number two, am I treating others the way that I'd want to be treated, right? This is such a simple concept, but people forget. How do you want to be treated? I always say, when I work with my clients, I think of them as my mom. I think of them as my sister. I think of them as a cousin, as my grandmother. I envision them as someone in my family because my clients do turn into family. But each person I interact with, I just remember, like, even if there's, even if like the interaction is not something like maybe they're rude or maybe they're pushy, I just remind myself, like, everyone's got a story, right? Everyone is going through something. So there might be some reason why they're reacting that way right now. So I'm still going to treat them with respect. And sometimes it's hard for people, right? Because we can become very reactive and it's easier to just become defensive and or put walls up. But I try really hard to just step back, take a deep breath, and not react to whatever's happening. Chandra says fear of retaliation sometimes keeps people silent. It's unfortunate. Yeah, that's a hard one. I can see how, like just from watching like TV shows and stuff, and like even just hearing real life stories, like it's tough. That's why a lot of people stay silent. You're right. Let's see. And now I have here a few examples of how I really try to model ethics and integrity in my business. Is number one, I keep my word, okay? Again, if I say I'm going to be somewhere, I make sure that I'm there. Don't keep people waiting. And again, we're human, right, guys? So there was last week, actually, a client was, I'm waiting, I'm on Zoom waiting for her. And I'm like, that's strange. Like, she's always on time. And I message her and she's like, hey, I've been waiting for you. You're not here. And I think I ended up clicking the wrong link or something. So you know what? I was late. That stuff happens, okay? But doing what you say you're going to do. So that's a whole, like, even consistency, right? If you want people to know, like, and trust you in business, if you say you're going to be providing these things, these services, if you say you're going to be leading these challenges, you better go and do them because people remember and people follow people who stick to their word, follow people who are consistent. People catch on. If you're one of those people who have a difficult time with consistency in your business, it's really something that you want to work on because people can't trust you if you're just sort of showing up here and there. When things get tough, you tend to hide. And it's understandable, right? Because we all go through stuff. But I think it's really important that it's something that you work on. Number two, I'm fully transparent when my clients ask me questions. So my clients know I'm an open book. You can ask me anything, like literally anything, and I will tell them. I think that for me, that's really important. And the coaches that I work with, the service providers I work with in my business, I ask of them to also be open. Tell me exactly what's going on. Tell me how things are. I want full transparency. I don't want people to sugarcoat things or to hide things. And sometimes, it's not easy to be fully transparent, right? Because sometimes we have to tell others hard things, right? And it's not an integrity. And it's unethical if, let's say, someone really needs some tough love and you just say, no, I'm just going to like let them go easy, or I'm just going to like, I don't know, tell them that they did a really great job or this or that. But sometimes people need tough love. And it's important that you feel you can build that confidence so that you can give that and you can really have open, honest conversations with people. I tell my clients stuff that they're not going to like, probably, a lot more often than I would hope that I'd have to do it, right? And I always like frame it as, I'm going to tell you something, I'm going to say something, you're probably not going to like it, probably not going to be happy with it, but I'm telling you this out of love, okay? Because I care about you, and in order to grow, I need to point this out. And I just feel really good when I can be open and honest like that and get that off my chest, right? So I think it's important that you have those hard conversations. Number 3, don't sugarcoat or paint a beautiful picture of how I'm going to change people's lives or business if they work with me. So a lot of service providers in our industry, you will see they make a lot of promises, right? Like, sign up to work with me. Yes, always framing with love, always. So you'll see a lot of talk, a lot of loud noise. Sign up to work with me. Pay me $30,000 and I will help you get your first 20K month or your first 5K month, whatever it is. And there's a lot, it's a lot of intimidation. It's a lot of fear, and it's just wrong, right? But the sad thing is we see it all the time. And even when I came into the online space, it was very easy, like, because I was naive, saw this stuff and was like, maybe it does work. Everyone's doing it, right? Everyone's supposedly signing up with this person. But that's not the way to run a business. So I have a very dear friend, and she always says, confidence is quiet and insecurity is loud. And that's how I look at that one, is more loud, right? When you're confident, when you are sure in your abilities, you don't need to sell people. You don't need to boast about your numbers or this or that. And I think that I will say there's a time and place to share your numbers in business. I do think that it's important. I do think that it's something that, I think there's places, like, here's the other thing, like, it's important just to know that someone's right being integrity and maybe in a certain place in their business that they're saying that they're in, but also because it inspires people, right? It pushes people. It allows them to see this could be your reality too, right? But you can't guarantee anything. You can direct, you can guide, you can help, you can support your clients, but you can't guarantee success. And that's why that type of marketing, like, a lot of people go for it because it's like the quick fix thing. Hi, good morning. The quick fix thing, they really believe it's going to work. But what happens is it's really sad, because I will say that a lot of the women that I've worked with before coming to me, they've paid like really high expensive coaches and haven't gotten those results. And it's because, again, they're not believing in themselves. They're believing that this coach, this service provider has this magic pill that they're going to give me. They're going to solve all my problems. They're going to help me get to these places. It's all about them. And I don't maybe have to necessarily do the work, or it's not my expertise or abilities that are going to get me these results. It's that coach, and they put that coach on a pedestal. And I tell my clients, I don't want you to ever give me the credit. Okay? Your success is because you did the work. I can direct you, I can help you, I can support you, but maybe we spend together, let's say 3 hours a month tops, right? In our coaching sessions. The rest of all of the hours in the month, I always forget how many hours are in a month. You are on your own. You are doing this yourself. I'm not there holding your hand. So you need to give yourself the credit when you go and you hit those numbers. You have those successes. And that's so empowering and so exciting, right? So don't ever promise anything to your clients. Don't ever promise outcomes. Because again, you want them to be empowered. And I always say, this is up to you. I can't tell you how this outcome is going to work, like where you're going to be when we're done working together. This is up to you. If you want to be in that place, you will be in that place, but you have to believe it and you have to do the work. And I'm just here to hold your hand and to support you and to give you loving feedback and to tell you point things out when I need to point them out and they're not so easy to point out. Chandra says, I have difficulty making coaching promises and guarantees. I can only promise to show up and be prepared to serve. And that's exactly what you should be doing. You got it right, Chandra. You got it right. That's all that you have to do is just show up and promise that you're going to do the best that you can. You're going to love them. You're going to give them all of the support that you can give them. But you can't promise them a result. Like the work that you do, you can't promise that you're going to get someone a job, right? You can help them with their resume. You can help them with their interviewing skills, but ultimately they have to show up to the interview. They have to make that impression. They have to follow up. They have to be really consistent and persistent in the process, right? Like you can't do all that stuff for them. And I think it also it helps our confidence as a coach or as a business provider when we can sort of take ourselves out of the equation, because we can't, like I tell myself, I hope and I pray that all my clients have really big results, but if they're not doing the work, if they're not showing up, it's out of my control. Again, I can support them, I can steer them in the right direction, but I cannot control and I cannot create their results for them, right? And so many people feel that pressure and put that pressure on themselves that if my client's not getting these results, it's my fault. There must be something wrong with me. I must be doing something wrong. And that's not true. All right. Again, I work maybe 3 hours a month with my clients, right? On calls. The rest of those hours of the month, it's in their hands. Their success is in their own hands. And when you can tell yourself that and tell your client that, it's also even more empowering to them because you are not the reason why they created those results and they've had that success. It's because of their belief in themselves and their ability to go and do the work and be consistent. Exactly, Chandra. Starts a mindset. I love that. It always starts a mindset. Love, 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 love. So number 4. If I get on a breakthrough call with an individual who's not a good fit for my program, again, this is like how I run my business with integrity. Just some examples. I will give them next steps, but I will not say like, you're a great fit, let's work together. Here's the thing, if I don't believe in their mission and believe in the work that they're doing, I can't support it and I can't coach them. And some people will say like, you're crazy, right? You should take everyone, you should work with everyone. But if I feel like, I think they need more help in this area, and I've done this recently. There was someone who came to me and she really just needed, first, this is what I thought she needed first. She really needed a good business foundation in the niche that she was working in, which is a niche that's outside of my comfort zone. I don't really know much about. So I didn't feel comfortable leading her in that area. And I said, first, I want you to find someone. I gave her a name of someone to reach out to. Maybe work with them first. Once you lay that foundation, if you still feel you need the mindset help, I'm here. Or if you want to do them both together, we can do that. But I really believe you need this first. And you know what? That's it. That's all you have to do. And believe that when you do that, here's the thing, you're giving that client, you're giving that that work to someone else, someone who's praying for that work, someone who's like, God, please just send this client to me. I really want to help them. I want to serve them. I have so much to give, but I just need someone to come to me. There you go. And then you believe that abundance is going to come to you, and someone might refer someone to you, or someone just opens up space for more people to work with you. And every time I do that, more ideal clients come straight through the door right after. So there's never any fear. Someone else that wanted to work together, she really just needed a VA. She needed to organize. She thought she needed to organize her thoughts, which she did. But in that moment, first, I was like, you need to organize your stuff, your systems, all that stuff. Once that's organized, then we can have that clear space that we can start organizing your mind. First, you got to get all that stuff organized. And I sent her along. And it feels so good when you can run your business in integrity and you can run it ethically like that. And not just take to take. So, any thoughts, any comments, any questions for you guys? Yeah, Amy said it's very true. Yeah, and just believe that there's always more. There's always more clients. There's always more cash. There's more opportunity. There's always more that's coming. And there's never a lack of anything. So, questions, comments for me? I can't believe I just talked for 25 minutes. Feels like I just started. Abundance is everywhere. Yeah, Amy, I swear it is. I mean, I really mean that. Like, it really is everywhere. And it's about being open to receiving it. And I shared this in like my email this week a little bit about how for the longest time, I kept praying, like, God, I really have these desires in my heart, all of these things that I would love to work out. And if I could just have one workout, I would be really happy. I'd be fulfilled. And I had this breakthrough. I may have shared this last week too, but I love talking about it because it's just like been such a profound moment for me. And yes, Chandra, yes, wonderful brownies. Oh, that's a whole nother topic, sharing those brownies. So I realized, like, why not pray for it all? Why not ask for it all? If you are meant to receive that and you're open to receiving, maybe you can receive it all, right? Why limit yourself? And I learned that at a conference I was at. It was a quote that someone said, the pastor said, and it was, again, I've said this so many times now, but something like, daughter, all of the heavens look down and say, daughter, is that all that you're asking for? Is that all you're asking for? And boom, I'm like, really? That's all I'm asking for? I want more. And it's not like a sense of like greedy, I want more, but I have these desires to do more. I want to go more places in my business. I want to serve more people. I want to make a bigger impact. And God, please allow those opportunities to come to me. And since I've been praying that, it's been like these floodgates opening. I can't even tell you. Like, it's crazy. So I want to encourage you guys to pray that prayer, but really believe it and be open to receiving. Okay? Because it's really special. And if you believe it, it's going to come to you. And I also want to offer you guys this today. This is my free affirmation card. I got a whole nother stack of them. This is for all you guys, all right? All you have to do is go to katekracko.com/snail mail, pop in your email, pop in your address, and I will mail this over to you. And what I ask is that you take a picture of yourself, or you take a picture of it on your desk, maybe on your mirror, on your refrigerator, and post on Instagram, post on Facebook, and tag me. It makes my day. You have no idea. When I see my ladies with these affirmation cards, because these affirmations are so powerful. And when I hear people saying, hey, I used your card today. Hey, this affirmation really helped me. It just like, you have no idea, like best feeling in the world. So please snap a picture, tag me. I would love to. I always repost them. I screenshot them, repost them, and I save them in my Instagram story, little storyboard. But they're beautiful. They're glossy. There's a little love note on the back from me. And yeah, this was just something, a little passion project that I had. I had a thought of, why not send out real Valentines to my clients this year? And I started creating them, and I said, why not just send them out to everyone? So this started as a Valentine, and then people love them, so I just continue to do them. And it's fun for me because I get to like see names and like write them down, right? And it's like it feels like I'm really connecting with people in a different way. So please make sure you sign up. And that's all I got for you guys today. All right, thank you for all of you who were here. And please leave more comments, message me. I want to know what you think about this. If you guys have questions, I'm here. All right, enjoy your beautiful sunny Wednesday.